be at the bed. Okay? I would still need to prepare my environment, and this time I would need to remove the armrest because that's going to be in my way. Okay? So I'm going to remove the armrest. Oh, this one's the one that's swinging.
Oh, that's
Okay. Rock the chair. Okay. So let's use one knee replacement for now. Okay. Let's say that the right knee got replaced. It's weak. Okay. The procedure's the same. They come to the edge of the bed. They get their feet underneath them. They're going to have to lean forwards. But instead of standing up fully, I'm just going to get them up and swing them over to the chair. So you need to watch my feet when I do this. Okay? So I need to plan ahead. He's here. I want him to end up here. Okay? And to provide support, I'm going to say, hey, patient, can you reach over to this armrest because we're going to end up here. Sure. Okay, so now I have to plan my movement. I have to plan where my feet are going to be, where his feet are going to be. Yes, go ahead.
What if he can't move his arms?
Okay, then let's keep it at least
worst case scenario.
Okay? Because if he can't move his arms, then they're just going to be dead weight. I want to want them around me. So the reason why is they're not going to be in the way. Because if he can't use his arms to help, they're going to be in the way. I want it out of the way. Okay, so let's say his arms are weak too, so they're not going to help you. I'm actually going to have them put his arms around me so they don't get in the way. Okay?
What's his condition again?
Let's just say he got his right knee replaced. I'm on the knee replacement today.
Right TK.
Yeah, right TK. Okay.
Terrible. Sound like a very
Do
terrible.
we still use the gate belt?
Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Terrible doctor, really fucked up. Yeah, this guy.
Okay. Now, if he had balance issues or dizziness issues, I'm going to stay with him. Okay. Ah, your arms are weak. Okay. So, gait belt is on. I'm going to bring his feet close together. Now, if I'm doing a squat or sit pivot, I'm not going to have him come up all the way, so I'm going to have to help position his feet. So now, instead of just keeping them underneath him, because for stand pivot, I want his feet underneath him so he can actually stand up on them. For squat pivot, he's not necessarily going to stand up, so I want to position his feet where they're essentially going to end up. They're going to end up over here, so I'm actually going to position his feet such that he can pivot, but they're not in the way. Okay? So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to explain to him on the count of three. Actually, before on the count of three, we're going to lean forwards and then stand up. I don't want you to stand up fully. I'm just going to go swing right into the chair.
I can't use the arms though.
Okay. Well, I'm going to help you. You can use this leg. Okay. So you can use that leg to help guide you. I may have to put my foot in here a little bit. I'd rather not, but I want to make sure that you're nice and supported. Okay. So. Can you come a little bit closer to the edge? Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see how this goes, shall we? What I'm trying to figure out is where can I put my right foot? I want to be as close as possible to give good support, keep his center of gravity within base support, but I also don't want my foot to be in the way when he's going to eventually sit down. So I want to try to see how I can do this. Probably going to do it this way. Okay, arms around me. On the count of three, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're just going to come up a little bit so I can clear your butt off the table. And then go swing right into the chair. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Did you watch my feet? What did I do with my feet? Pivoted.
Pivot.
Because essentially it's this and then swing it into the chair. You don't have enough time to move your feet.
No.
So that's why you really have to plan where your feet are going to be. That's why I actually took a moment to figure out,
Get them curls.
what if I put my foot in here? It's better for support, but it's going to get in the way. If I keep my feet out here, it won't be in the way, but I might not be able to support him if he starts to fall. Okay? That's the game, that's the assessment, that's the thought process that should always go through your head.
So I know I asked you earlier, but is it okay if the gate belt slipped when I was trying to move Dave, just a little bigger than me. So I'm like trying.
I think you're a great son.
Is it okay if I go underneath?
Underneath how?
Like with
Come and
Jesse?
show us. Show us like a different view.
Come on
What?
So the price is
No,
right.
I'm not. I just feel
Feel
that
ball.
Feel that ball.
Touch the boys.
You're the patient.
Nemo, touch the boy.
Oh my god. We're doing Finding Nemo.
Yes, we are.
It's been a long weekend already. It's only had to get homework.
Okay, but now think about this. I see why you want to do that. You want to make sure he's as stable as possible.
Yeah.
But now what happens when you swing him around to the chair? What's going to happen to his feet?
The surgery's gonna fail.
Surgery repair.
Repair.
Okay, not that.
Yeah, I was referring like.
It's all about angles.
Now, remember the condition. His right leg is affected,
Don't
but
go
his
on your
left leg
toes.
is nice and strong. Okay?
Don't go on your toes. You can't go on the
So if
stroke.
I go like that and root under here.
Okay?
But then look at your body mechanics.
I know, we're getting there.
For the worst.
But
She's straight back. For the worst.
That's good body.
She's straight back. She's fine.
That's good. Look how flat
Straight
her
back,
back stays.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's good body mechanics. Why? Because if she does have to come up a little bit, she's going to come up using her legs and not her back.
You need some smelling salts before you eat.
What if she's a nurse? But you're gonna shift back on these your hips.
Wait, finish it, finish it.
She would have to finish it shut.
How did it work?
Yeah, if she ripped
Another way
up,
is, like
straight
I
up,
was telling some people earlier, if you're having problems getting their arms around to the ischial tubes or the gait belt, you might actually have to just get underneath their axilla and do this one. I don't recommend this because this is a little bit more volatile. You might actually lose your grip of the patient this way. Yeah, they might slip more. It's like, oh, hey guys. You know, slide right underneath your hands, that type of thing. Well, I could, but you're gonna have to come around here.
Or you just give me a chair.
Or, wow, you guys are
Or you can move over.
Or you guys can be around. So really, what I was saying earlier was, I want his feet here, because ultimately when he sits here, they're gonna end up there. So I was trying to figure out, should I keep my foot out here? If my foot's out here, it's not in the way. However, I might have difficulty supporting it. If my foot is in here, I have better way of supporting him, blocking his knee. However, he might get tangled in my leg. There's no right answer to that. Okay, you're just gonna have to practice. It depends. It really does. Okay? So that's a squat pivot. Okay? So now, how about a slide board? When would we want to use a slide board with patients? If they have arms. I'm sorry? Oh, I didn't hear the word strength, sorry.
Yeah, similar to like the nociceptive traction.
How about if they don't have a leg to help push up at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't have stability or control is what specifically I thought. Trunk. If they lack trunk control. And why is it important if they lack trunk control? Because now with the slide board, you're giving them essentially a place to sit, so they don't have to require too much trunk control. The standing requires a lot of trunk control. Okay. What else? Think of a patient body structure function. Think of health condition.
Oh.
Yeah, depending upon the level of the stroke. Say that again. Louder. Spinal cord injury. No, I know that can go louder. Spinal cord injury, especially complete spinal cord injuries. Why? Because now they just don't have any motor or sensory function in their arms. Do I want to stand someone that has no motor or sensory control?
No.
Absolutely not. If I can help it. Okay. So a big is spinal cord injury. Okay. So to do a slide board, okay, you want to keep staying with the patient? Sure. Okay. So really, how you do a slide board transfer depends on what the patient can still do. Okay? If the patient has some control of the legs but is very strong in the upper arms, I may not have to assist at all. Because what the patient can do is, let's say they're transferring between these two surfaces, they can actually push themselves up, and do that, so on and so forth. If they're lacking control of the legs, at each point they can reposition their legs like this, and then keep going until they get to the surface that they have to get to. Okay? Now, if they're like a stroke, okay, and like let's say David's right side is affected. Okay? First of all, I'm going to transfer him towards the left. However, he may have difficulty bringing along the right side. That is where I may have to give my assistance, positioning the affected side. But remember, if they can do it, let them do it. Okay? So really, if you have to really carry them along on the slide board, you might as well just do a squat pivot transfer. Okay? And especially if they need to use a slide board, for example, spinal cord injury patients, you definitely have to train them on how to use this because this is something they can take home with them.
What was the method with the arms that you demonstrated before? When he reaches for the wheelchair first before the squat.
Oh, okay. Well, that is, if I'm ready to do a squat pivot, he's going to end up here, so I want him to hold on to the surface he's going for.
So everything else stays the same with the feet wise?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
If he can help with his arms, because if he has good strength in his arms, he can stabilize himself on the armrest.
I could also pull.
Yeah, you can pull. Although be careful if the patient pulls, because they can actually pull you along with them. So be careful with that. But if he can't really help much at all with his arms, there's no point in keeping him here. It's just going to be in the way. That's why I had them around the middle, so they're not. Okay, so let's say Dave has a complete spinal cord injury at T12. And I say T12 because he should, right, still have abdominal control. Yeah, okay. So that way, that's important because he has trunk control. So he has good upper extremity strength and good trunk control, just no sensation for lower extremities. So first I'm going to show him how to use this. I'm going to say, okay, patient, you're sitting at the edge of the bed, you have good trunk control, so I feel pretty good in leaving you alone so far. So I'm just going to come over here and show you. Okay, we're sitting here, we're going to position the chair here. Really doesn't matter what side, okay, but we're going to position the chair here. So what you're going to do is, you're going to take this board, slide it underneath you. What you need to do is lean away from the board so you can actually slide the board underneath you like this. I'm cheating, I'm kind of hopping up, okay, because it got caught in my pants too, okay? But that's how you're going to start. Then, the other end is actually going to hook against the end of the wheelchair. Then what I want you to do is using your arms, okay? You're going to push yourself up, like so, and kind of bring yourself along the board. Okay, you can just do it as many small increments as you need. If you can do it yourself, I want you to reposition your legs. If not, I'll help you with that. Okay? Think you can try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going down.
Are you all right?
What was that? Get on the slide board.
Stay in pivot. Stay in pivot. Stay in pivot.
Non-contact.
Okay. Well, apparently Emily needs the wheelchair, so we're going to have to do this quickly. Okay, so here's the wheelchair. When you're at home, you're going to have to position the wheelchair such that it's right next to you like this, and make sure those brakes are locked, because we don't want this chair to disappear. Okay, so give it a try. See if you can lean underneath yourself.
Sorry.
Okay, watch your hands. You know, be careful when you put your hand in here, you can actually get it caught. Okay, so now, exactly. Do you think you can try to reposition your own legs? Good. I'm here just in case. And you can also hold onto here for balance as well. There you go. Okay. Make sure, even though he essentially did it himself, make sure he's in the chair properly. Bring the armrest down. Make sure the brakes are still locked. Okay? Now, depending on how they present, that's how you provide your assistance. So, let's start off in this position.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's say he needs assistance with scooching his butt along. I use the word scooch. Moving his butt along. He might need a little assistance, so I might have to every time give him a tiny little squat pivot assist like this and bring him along. he's trying to use his arms to help as much as he can, but let's say his arms aren't strong enough to propel himself along the board. I might have to give him that little extra nudge.
Can you just do a squat pivot transfer with, if you have a slide board with a slide board?
Yes, you can, but remember, if you're promoting independence, how independent can a patient be if they still need your assistance for a squat pivot? Okay. So for the purposes of, hey, you want to get them out of bed and down into the chair so because you want to get them down to the therapy gym, that is something you can work on. But eventually, they're going to have to go home, and they can't go home with you, okay? So you could either train a family member to do a squat pivot properly. Make sure you train them, because if you train a family member to provide assistance, they go home and the patient falls. Who's liable?
You are.
You are. Why? You taught them how to do it. Nisha?
So technically, as long as they have trunk control, you wouldn't be wrong doing either way.
But again, you want to promote as much independence as possible. So they may not be able to use their legs, but they can use the trunk, they can use their head, they can use the arms. Make them use their head and arms. Okay? Just provide assistance wherever possible.
So for them in acute injury, would you want to start with just doing the squat pivot and then maybe start to implement the slide board to show them until they
I would
can
actually
do it on their
incorporate
own?
that as a goal.
Yeah.
Have you done that as goals? Like right now, during evaluation, patient needed mod assist, and we're going to talk about documentation at the end of the day. We're going to patient needed mod assist for weight shifting on the slide board. Okay, a goal is for the patient to be able to perform a slide board transfer from edge of bed to wheelchair independently. Okay, so absolutely, there's your goal, there's your treatment plan. Okay, so let's finish up the day by practicing squat pivots, slide board transfers. Okay, and then we'll practice that. Then towards the end, closer to 6 o'clock, we're going to show you how to do two-person dependent transfers. And we're also going to talk a little bit about documentation. Okay? All right, practice.
Okay, go ahead. I just didn't want you to slam my thing.